All right, so what up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about freelance tips on getting your first gig as a graphic designer, service provider, anything like that. So here are my tips. First off, create a strong portfolio. Now, you can create this on Behance. You can go on Upwork. You can go on Fiverr. I think all of this concludes to creating a strong portfolio, making work that is very high quality. Something someone told me is that it's not about quantity, it's about quality. Meaning, the more high quality work you produce, the better clients and the better services and the better people you'll attract. All right, next step. Define your niche. And for those who don't know what a niche is, it's basically like a sector, like a category, right? It's a lot easier to do a niche because the more specialized you are in something, the better you'll find better clients who will attract to you. All right, the next step is having an online presence, right? This could be anything from social media to having your own website. Me personally, I like certain websites. For those who are like new, who don't want to have like a very high cost startup investment, I would recommend getting a Behance account. Start on Behance, create your account, put your portfolio up there, and then also go into Adobe Portfolio. So I think Adobe Portfolio is for those who already have like an Adobe subscription. I'm not too sure, but Adobe Portfolio is basically a free way to have your own portfolio on your own site. Having that online presence is very important because people need to see you somewhere. Like, you need to have a own dedicated space for yourself, Having Instagram, TikTok, all of that is always going to be important too. But I think having somewhere that someone can go to, I think that's going to bring you like further and give you like next steps on like finding people, because that's where they're going to contact you. Not everyone wants to contact someone on like a DM. All right, next step. After having an online presence, socialize and network. Now, I take networking. My networking game is serious, okay? And my social game is serious, okay? But what I mean by this is make meaningful connections with people. Me personally, I love LinkedIn as a platform to network on. That has helped me get jobs. That has helped me get clients. That has helped me work with people that are in my industry, but that I can connect with in my industry whenever I have a question about something, or like my mentors, or like finding people that really help me in the space that I'm in, right? But also just to connect with people and have fun. Sometimes what we forget as creatives and as designers, like when you feed off of other creative people, that inspires you to create better work. Or if you're trying to find clients, or if you're trying to find, finding clients, you have to let clients come to you. And that comes with the work that you have. And I think another way to have great work is also to follow or connect with other designers that also create great work. And, surrounding yourself with good people will help motivate you create good work, because you're surrounded by people who do the same, And my important thing, and I'm sure so many people have heard this before, but passion projects will save you. I started noticing the more passion projects I posted, the more clients that I got. And I'm just going to give you guys a pro tip. Going to Pinterest and posting these passion projects. So let's say you have a passion project, right? I have a system. When I was doing this system, I was doing this like every week. Let's say you have a project, right? Give yourself a deadline, end of the week or the week after that, right? You give yourself 1 week. In that week, you create a project. With this project, you showcase it. You have so the way you showcase it first is design the project whatever you want. Then think of like 3 or 4 key visuals that you want to create when showcasing this project. So it's like, if it's a branding project, you have 3 mock-ups, you have the logos, you have all of that. You have the brand identity and the mock-ups and something else, right? Like a video. Or if you're a 3D designer, let's say you have like 4 different types of stills and different types of lighting. But when you post these projects, make sure it's appealing to the eye so that people can, not only repost it and share it, but it's like, so people are interested in looking at what you're trying to show. Nobody wants to just see logos all day, because that's just very boring. But if you showcase things in a way where it's very interesting and it's to the eye, that helps you attract clients. Then you set up your rates. Now, I think it's important for every designer, every creator to get paid. When setting up your rates, right, you have to look, there's like a mathematical way to do this, but I'm going to just give you an overview way. If you want something in depth, I'll go in about this later. But when setting up your rates, you have to see what your value is, right? If you think that a basic logo is $300, then a logo is $300. If you think a brand project is at least $10,000, then you think a brand project is $10,000. If the value of your work is that much, then that's how much you charge. But what you have to really allocate is you have to allocate how much you want to make a year. You have to allocate how much time does it take to make these items. And you have to allocate the cost and the startup cost of how much it is to make it now. Like, let's say you use Adobe subscriptions. Let's say you use, if you're a 3D designer, you use Cinema 4D. You have to really calculate all the expenses that you're using. And then you have to also calculate how much do you want to make as a designer yearly. And then you have to divide that up, break it down to how much you want to charge an hour or a fixed rate or whatever based off of the project. Me, personally, I think every project is different. And I think whatever skills that they need, I have to allocate how much time I will take for that. So that's kind of why I do that in my head. And that's why I charge the rates I do. Boom. Next step, be great with your clients. When you are a service provider, you have to make sure you provide good service. That's what people do not understand. Now, when you're a service provider, right? Give clients something. Give them an onboarding package. Give them something to they can be like, oh, I'm important to them, or give them a presentation. Give them the rundown of what's the process like. Give them a breakdown of what it's like working with you, because that will make it more memorable when they come back to you like, hey, I know a designer that does this, or I know a creator that does this. And, the service that they gave was really good. Make sure you have good communication, because even me, I have problems with that too. But I think it's a learning experience. And I know it's hard to be like a designer that's very on top of things with their clients. I think automation is good. I like certain things like Zapier and, different types of automation tools to connect and help make the process a lot easier for my clients, And the next step, ask for referrals. So for those who don't know what a referral is, it's basically word of mouth, someone telling someone else your service, right? And that's how a lot of designers get their work, or a lot of creators get their work, is through word of mouth, or like I said, just searching up on the internet, hey, I need a designer, what could I do? Ask for referrals. Hey, do you know anyone that needs blank? Or, okay, after the service, let's say you have a client, in order to get another client, what would you do? Just, I'm giving you this, X, Y, and Z. Here is what you can give the next person. Or just make sure that you're available, set up your availability, use Calendly, and other tools like that. All right. This is very contradicting, because you don't want to follow trends, but you don't want to do too much, right? When you stay up to date though, it helps you know what's going on in the community and what's going on out there. So what clients to look for, what clients, also what clients not to look for. Not every client that comes across your way, you need to say yes to. But stay updated as far as understanding what's going on in the community, figure out certain things, what events are going on, figure out what's going on in your circle. Let's say if you're a food or industry person, figure out what's going on and make projects about it. But staying up to date in your niche or in your community is kind of what helps you get clients and helps you with freelancing, because you are not only a specialist, but you know what's going on in the world around you, so that you're not clueless to anything coming up. Now, for those who don't know, I have a free brand strategy guide below for anyone who wants to start off with doing brand strategy, because me personally, I'm a brand designer. I love branding. Created this brand strategy guide for free, so you guys could check it out below. And I hope this was very helpful for you. And if you guys want to see something different or in depth, but yeah, these are just some of my tips, and hope you guys enjoy. And always remember to do what your art desires.